cash, which is fixed pay. And we have now brought in a significant change or shift in moving towards performance-based compensation. And our ratio today is about 75-25, 75 being fixed, which used to be about 90-10 4 years back. So that shift is taken. And finally, value-based. Lot was being talked about values and in terms of messaging and lecturing, but not much was practiced. And what we are trying to do now is to realign our HR programs around these 4 values. All right, so that's the shift which is taking place, and I think it's very important that we continue with that shift. And finally, the last chart is, if my CEO asked me this question as to, Arun, tell me how you're adding value, how your value is increasing with respect to the customers, can you tell me in terms of numbers? It becomes very difficult at times. But it is again very important for us to have those parameters, have those measures, have those matrices to show to the leadership team that, look, we are adding value. And some of the matrices I started using are listed here, which is EBIT per employee, earning before interest and tax per employee, employee cost productivity, retention attrition, succession pipeline, how many jobs are backed by ready successors, etc., and engagement scores, some of these. It's very important to show to our senior leadership team that we are progressing and we are tracking our performance. I think that helps in ensuring that we are being seen as an organization which is a progressive organization. To sum it up now, very quickly, that it's important to know who our customers are. It's important to understand the different customers that we have. It is important to know what their needs are. It's important to tell them that all your HR strategies are aligned around their needs. And finally, it is very important for us to measure the value addition that we do. Thank you very much. And if there are some questions, we'll take those questions later.
We have kept a question answer session after the 3 presentations. Is that okay, sir? Thank you, sir.
Certainly all of us present here are developing better and deeper understanding from our speakers, drawn from their own experiences and their own learning. Our next speaker is Dr. P.V. Bhide, Group President, HR, JK Organization. Dr. Prakash Vishnu Bhide is a Group President, HR, JK Organization, EZ, with a group turnover of more than 9500 crores with companies like JK Tires, JK Paper, JK Lakshmi Cement, Fenner, JK Seeds, JK Sugar, Umang, Dairy Clinical Research, JK Insurance, etc., with total 20,000 employees. Dr. P.V. Bhide is a mechanical engineer from IIT Mumbai, doctorate in HRD from XLRI and Academy of HRD. Certified coach of International Coaching Council, Marshall Goldsmith Methodology, Lead University, Mike J. Dr. Bhide was conferred with fellowship by All India Management Association. He has over 45 years of experience in multinational and large diversified Indian business houses in manufacturing, TQM, and HR. Dr. Bhide was past president of NHRD Network, Mumbai Chapter 1995 to 97, and past member of NHRD Network Executive Board. Welcome you, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. I think first of all I would say that I am honored that I have been invited here to share my views in the Delhi Management Association HR Conclave. I think Ekta told me that at a short notice that I should be also the speaker in this session. and she had said that you will be talking about the paradigm shifts in HR strategies to enhance customer value. I have a very difficult task because after a very elegant presentation by my earlier colleague from GSK, I think it is going to be an interesting part of what new or different I can add. What I'm going to do after Arun has elegantly covered what is happening in GSK and what is happening inside the company, I'm going to talk about the paradigm shifts, particularly about the HR profession in general. And I'll give you some examples of what is happening in JK, but I would concentrate more on the HR profession as a general of what is going to happen in the next couple of years or maybe 10 years, as my earlier speaker was saying. We have to project of where we are moving and how we should move. So I'm going to talk about those aspects in general. In JK as well as I believe that the quality of leadership and talent are becoming the top priority of all CEOs today. In fact, many CEOs in various surveys have shared that they have one of the things which they are now have sleepless nights on is what type of talent and where to get them and the right numbers and so on and so forth. I believe that companies do not compete in the market only with their products and services, but in the long run, the companies compete with the quality of leadership. Because the top leadership really, if you see, they make all major decisions. Decisions about strategy for growth, either organic, inorganic, mergers, acquisitions, JVs, where to play, domestic or global, what technologies to source and what technologies to develop, the partnerships which are becoming very important all over the world in the supply chain partnerships, the sourcing, the raising of the funds, what products and services to make for the consumers and the customers to delight them, and the stakeholders in particular about how to have the profitability and share the profits with them, and attracting and retaining and motivating talent. A recent example yesterday I was seeing on the TV, and I believe that Ratan Tata's successor has been named with a 43-year-old, very young professional of Cyrus Mistry. Very, very interesting. You know, these are the decisions what are going to make the paradigm shifts and the type of things which can be done by the company in future. Many CEOs in India have shared that the biggest barrier to their growth, and India, though it is growing at a slightly lower rate of 6 to 7% GDP now, I think is much faster than many of the developed countries in US, Europe, who are growing much slower, maybe at 1 or 2% and somewhere negative sometime back. So 9 or 10% would have been great, but 7 or 8% is not bad. I think there are tremendous opportunities today, and as we say, for young people, I think I wish I was much younger by 30, 40 years today. I think there are tremendous opportunities. I think almost any field you can go, you can grow, you can start something new, and you can do great, great things for the country as well as for the business. This is the golden era for business as per me. So what is the biggest barrier? So the CEOs, whenever I have talked and whenever I have interacted, they say my growth is restricted by the right people and the right talent if I have to get in the right numbers and at the right time. I think I would do great wonders. I can acquire a company, but I don't know who will run it. I don't know. If I go to the market, it will take 3 months, 6 months by the time I get someone. And can I develop internally? Will he have the right, quality, and will he be able to do the job? So these are some of the challenges which CEOs are facing, and that is why the HR is becoming so critical to CEOs. And as I said, the CEOs are now saying that HR is CHR, or the head of HR is my right hand man, and my left hand man is the CFO. I don't know why they call right and left. Probably the left is more intellectual, analytical, conceptual, and left brain. So they call left hand is CFO, and the right hand, which is more of hard and the right side of the brain, probably they call because he is the right-hand man. So CHRO can play tremendous role as a strategic role in the HR, and I'm going to elaborate on that. Paradigm shift, I think many of us know that paradigm shift is the revolutionary and the transformational change of mindset and thinking. It is really a mindset, thinking and beliefs which have to change tremendously, and the HR has to move to the next orbit. You know, we are in one particular orbit, we have been going around for quite some time. If you have to move to the next orbit, you require a lot of energy to go to the next orbit, and this energy will come from not only from many other things, but very, very important is the thinking and the mindset which has to change to the next level. So if we change the mindset and the beliefs, I think we will move to the next orbit. HR strategies, as of now, what I feel, are largely formed or focused internally to the organization. You know, what do our internal customers want? What is the top management want? What is this want? And the HR are looking at and focusing internally for a very long time. And I think we have to come out of that paradigm shift, and rather than inside out strategies, we should have now outside in strategies. That means we have to go to the customers and build our HR strategies from the customer and the market and the shareholders back into the company and try to do something. So I think my focus would be external focus or outside in rather than inside out. What we have, we know. Is important, and it has to be linked, but it has to come from outside to in. Business exists because of the customers, and customers are the most important part for business. We all know that. I remember 40 years back, in the license Raj and the controlled economy, we had a choice of very few TVs, maybe only one, as far as I remember. The ECTV made by the government organization, that too one model, probably black and white only. We had to book the TV, pay a much advance, lot of advance right in the beginning, wait in the queue for our number to come, pay the full amount in cash and draft, and I remember to go to Prabhadevi to pick up the TV and take it home and get it installed and pray that it works, and so that I don't have to complain because they won't be entertained. Many people used to take the TV back, and I remember with my neighbors as well as me, breaking a coconut before switching the TV on and praying to God and getting relieved and jubilation that the TV works. I think it was a neighbor's envy and owner's pride to have a working TV which kept on working without complaints. Today it is a complete different paradigm shift, and the young people here are living, we are living in an era of, I would say, scarcity. We had everything scarce around us 30, 40, 50 years back. And the elderly people who are with me will remember scarcity. And that is why our mindset has been saving. We were told by our parents not to take loans because you will go bankrupt. Diwaliya mat bano. We were told not to take loans, and now today the young people are told, please take loans as much as you can. The EMIs you will somehow do, and many people believe that if you push yourself for larger EMIs, you will do better in life because you will have to fund that. And the young people today are living in an era of abundance. You have tremendous opportunities and tremendous choices. If you go to the same TV, I think you have hundreds of models, many companies, many types of technologies, and not only people. Someone switch this light on. I don't require the light. Okay. So I think you have a tremendous opportunity and choices now with discounts and TVs being delivered at home and etc. The same was with the telephone lines. Long back, I think I remember in 80s, because I was not ready to pay something, extra or below the table, I think it took me 2 years to transfer a line when I shifted the residence to the suburbs of Bombay. But today I think even kabadiwalas in Delhi have a mobile, and my kabadiwala gives me the mobile number. He says, sir, whenever you want, you just call me. I'll be there. Fantastic revolution. I mean, which can't believe. The HR hence must understand the business challenges. And I would request all HR people, one of the things which I find that HR people by and large, they know the HR systems fairly well. Some know it, younger people particularly are knowing it more, large number of HR systems and best practices, but more superficially. They must go into depth. And one of the ways of understanding whether someone knows in depth for me, if I interview the person and if I can talk about any subject which he likes for 1 hour, I think I would say that he has gone into the depth and he understands. 1 hour can you discuss on the topic? It is one benchmark and thumb rule that yes, you have gone into the depth, whether it is performance management, whether it is anything, any topic or any system we take. So I think HR people have to become better in the HR systems, there is no doubt. But how many HR people know about other functions? How much do we know about R&D? How much do we know about finance? How much do we know about marketing and sales and other major functions around us? So I think we are medium. I mean, some people do know and some people don't know. But I think I would categorize it as medium, while the HR systems, I think I would say that HR people probably are the experts, as Arun was saying. So we will put it as H. How many people, HR people, know the business? How does the business make money? Who are our major customers? So I think this is a very, very weak area for HR people. And if you have to have an external focus, you have to understand business first. And you have to talk in business language. The senior business leaders and the functional experts know their own language. I think HR has a complex job, but it has to talk in business language. If we know the business, we understand business, we talk in business terms, I think the business leaders will respect and understand what we are saying. And we have to come to the point very fast. Large number of HR people, I find that when a question is asked, they go round and round and round without coming to the core of the issue very fast. And the business leaders are having very little time. They get absolutely irritated with people who just go round without coming to the exact and the core point. And some of the line people who are there may appreciate it. And then we have to improve HR people on that. So we have to understand where does the company make money for the external focus, which I am going to talk. Who are our major customers? Go and meet the major customers. How many of us have gone out and met our major customers and stakeholders in HR? We don't do it. We are all spending time internally to the company. That is not going to be the future. We have to go out and meet customers. We have to go out and meet investors and stakeholders, because these are our major customers outside. And if we have to create value, we have to have a very insight of what do they expect from us. And we have to look at them from the HR lens, not from the finance lens, because the finance man is going and talking to the investor. The marketing and sales man is going to go and talk to the customer in his own way. We have to go and talk about HR. And what do the HR lens say? How do we want our people who are dealing with the customers behave? So there is a story where a HR head went to a supermarket and he said, I would like to meet the CEO. The CEO was there. And CEO said, oh, HR person, I don't want to meet you. Thank you. Picked by HR people. So he says, I want to improve your business. He said, what? Will you improve my business? Come. I'll talk to you. And then he talked to him for 1 hour. So I think if HR has to, and what the discussion? Discussion was, sir, what can I do? What are my people coming and telling you? How are they behaving? Where should we improve? What type of training should I give back into my company, to my sales and marketing people who are dealing with you? What else do you want? So he said, I want speed. I want meeting the commitments for the delivery. I want the quality of products and services which are very good to be consistent and improving. A quick response to the requests and complaints which we have, and new innovative products and services. And the HR person said, we will co-create products with you. The innovation is what? Co-creation of products with the customers. That is going to be the future. The customer has to be involved, not only in the product development, but even selection of your people. How many people call the customers to attend our own training programs inside? You have started doing it. Get the customer inside in the goal setting workshop for the top management of JK Tire or paper or cement. We call the customers and ask them, what do you want from us? Why are you buying from us? What can you do? What can we do so that you buy more from us? Can you help us to be on the interview board to select our people so that you know what type of people are going to deal with you? These are the paradigm shifts I am saying from outside to in. So I think to build a culture of speed, innovation, etc., what we have heard, I think this person said, I am now going to go back, and the values which he talked about is very, very important. The integrity and all that, which is given, which is important. But in terms of my values for